Hi, I'm Alicia and welcome to my channel Papercraft Secrets. Today I'm making a set of 5 cards with the beautiful Cocoa Vanilla DayDream collection. These cards are beautiful whimsical cards. 3 of them have shaker elements inside the card and 2 of them don't. And I'm going to be giving away 2 of these kits to make these cards up to my January winners on the Papercraft Secrets Challenge Facebook group. So if you're a winner in the challenge for January, you're going to get a kit which will allow you to make up these cards, and it'll have everything that you need in the kit. So this is a close-up of the cards and they're very cute. They've got rainbows and flowers and puffy love hearts, and you know, it's a beautiful collection. It's all about positive vibes, this collection. It's got many happy thoughts in it. So there's the first shaker card there that has some of the little sequins in it. It's got a few layers in the card. And there's a bit of fussy cutting as well, and some sequins that decorate and embellish. And there's another little shaker card there. So in order to have the chance of winning one of these kits, you do need to be part of the Papercraft Secrets Creating with Confidence Facebook group and enter a challenge for January. The 2 challenges are Fresh Start for the new 2021 year and a watercolor background. So make sure you pop on over to Facebook, search for Papercraft Secrets Creating with Confidence and join the group. It's a beautiful Facebook group full of lovely ladies who encourage each other and have a good time with their crafting, and the goal is to grow in confidence with your crafting. So I've made up a little kit, 2 kits to give away for these beautiful Daydreamer cards, but for this video I'm going to take you through exactly how I made the cards and step by step, and I'll show you how to do it. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the Kaisercraft note paper card here, and we're going to choose some of the DayDream 6x8 inch papers as our background paper for the card. We're cutting that at 4 1/8 inches. And we're going to choose 5 of those papers to cover each one of our 5 base cards, cutting them all at 4 1/8 inches. Once you've cut your 5 papers, we will now glue each of those 5 papers onto a card base, and it will leave a small white border around the edge of each card. Once you've got those all glued down, lay them out in front of you, and we're going to choose a frame from the collectible packet of die cuts for each of the cards as our starting point. So we are going to cut a few sentiments from this page. We're going to use the beautiful sentiment here for one of our cards. And the thankful sentiment. We're going to put some backing paper behind this very thin frame here to give it a little bit more support. and we'll trim around that to create another frame for our set of 5 cards. We'll also trim around one of these circular frames so that we have a backing for it as well. We'll trim around this frame here and give it a backing page, and this page for our wooden frame, and this page for our large circular frame. All of our frames now have backing papers, and now we're going to be using our scraps to create some layers on each card. So first of all, we've got this lovely rectangle that can go in there. We'll trim this one down. That can go on that card. And we're just going to add a couple more of our scraps into our cards as layers. Don't get too worried about the measurements of these rectangles. You can make any size work really. Alright, let's move on to card number 1. We're going to ink our edges with a gold inking pad. I'm using the Kaisercraft gold inking pad. You can use whatever you have at home. This is just going to give this card a bit of sparkle on the edges of the papers. We're going to add a little bit of lace there on one side of that peachy coloured card to add some extra interest to our card. Now you can see I've put some recycled cardboard on the back of that scrap so that it will stand up nicely from the card. And I'm going to add my lace just underneath it. Going to glue that little bit down there now as one of the layers in our card. Now because this card is going to be a shaker card, we're going to create the shaker element now. I've cut out a little bit of cardboard and stuck that around. Then I've also added some acetate, so I actually put the acetate on first, then the cardboard, and then the sequins, and then I'm putting my backing paper on top at the end. I'll take you through that a little bit slower in the next card, but you can see how it really does create an interesting element to the card. We're going to put our little sentiment on the top there with a foam dot to mount it a little bit higher than the rest of the card. We're going to use some white twine and a little red puffy cocoa vanilla love heart, and you could use any flowers here to decorate the card. I'm going to use a floral cluster from this page here that I'll fussy cut out, and that will go with those little flowers and the love heart at the bottom left hand corner of the card. And that's our first card completed, and it's very pretty and it's very cute, perfect to give to anyone for any occasion. We're going to move on to card number 2 now. We're going to use some recycled cardboard to create some depth to our layers of paper. We're going to place that at the top section of the card so that we don't run out of room down the bottom. We're going to add some more cardboard to the second rectangle layer, and we're going to glue that onto the card. And the top little bit is going to be our shaker element. So we're going to use some acetate. We cut the acetate to fit the size of our frame, and we glue the acetate on first. So we're popping the frame on top of the acetate so that we have a clear window. Then we're going to use some recycled cardboard, or you could use foam mounting tape to create a border around the edge. So we're just going to glue those little strips all the way around the edge so that we have a cardboard border, and this will assist us to keep all of those sequins in their little box. We don't want any gaps because they'll escape. There we go. Now we're going to get our sequins and we're going to pop those in. And then we're going to add some glue to the recycled cardboard, and we're going to place our frame on top, and that's how we create our shaker card element. And then we just embellish that shaker card element with some flowers and some sentiments. We're going to use the thankful sentiment for this card. We're going to glue that shaker element down onto the page, glue our flower down. We've got a little twine bow with our puffy love heart, and we're going to do some fussy cutting here to decorate our card now. We're going to add our little fussy cut cluster somewhere into our card. That looks quite nice in between our layers. Oh. What other fussy cut picture can we use? Here's another one that we might like to use. Here's another little fussy cut floral cluster that we can pop in somewhere to decorate our card. Maybe down the bottom here. Fits in nicely. It fills up that little space down the bottom. And we can use some extra sequins to embellish the gaps in the cards. Wherever it's looking a little bit plain, we can use sequins to decorate it a little bit. There we go. That's our second card completed. We've made 2 cards now in this collection, and they're both looking gorgeous. There's our second card. We didn't end up using that twine, but you can use it if you like. We're going to move on now to card number 3. Let's work with this card. We're going to ink the edges of that circle with our gold ink pad, and I'm going to cut that out with some recycled cardboard so that we have a curved edge for the border so that our sequins don't disappear on us. Here's my acetate. I'm going to cut that out of acetate as well so that we've got a nice clear window. for our shaker element. There we go. I'm going to glue that on there. I'm going to get some sequins in there. This is quite a big circle, so you can put quite a few in this one. There we go. These are the sequins that come with the Dreamer collection, so they match the papers perfectly. I'm going to put the back on. I'm going to decorate again with some flowers and a little puffy love heart, and we've got a wooden hello sentiment for this card. I'm going to use this pretty paper. I'm cutting a rectangle. It's got love hearts, 2 by 5 inch rectangle there, and I'm going to layer that onto the recycled cardboard to give it some extra depth. I'm going to glue that down. I'm going to need a little bit of extra cardboard just to keep my shaker element sitting nice and flat. So we're just going to add a little bit of cheesecloth onto this card underneath our little flowers. We've got our little hello sentiment, which makes it a very generic card, can be used for many different occasions. I'm just going to fussy cut out those little die cuts. Now we're going to position all of that onto our card. We're going to add another little bit of fussy cutting in here. Find a little cluster that might sit nicely under there. Or maybe up the top there, looks quite cute, or maybe down the side. You can find a little home for your fussy cutting clusters. They just add a little bit of detail to a card. We'll pop another little fussy cutting floral cluster in under here to create some more layers. Add this tiny little banner to the top there to fill in that little gap. And now we'll probably just embellish with some little sequins to finish off our card and just give it a tiny little bit of sparkle. Just sprinkle those around. And that's our pretty card. We're going to move on now to card number 4. We're almost finished. We're going to use the apricot love heart paper again. We're going to cut a little strip down there. Just sort of measuring it roughly. The strip there, that's about 2 3/4 by 5 inches. I'm going to pop that in behind there, matches the colours perfectly. A little bit of recycled cardboard for the back. We're just going to glue that down now onto the right hand side of the card. A little bit of recycled cardboard again for our layer. Going to glue that down. Position that on the left hand side. That's a big die cut there. I'm going to give that a quick trim down with my fussy cutting scissors and just cut most of that white off. Then I'm going to glue that in the middle of my square. I'm going to put some foam dots on the back of this die cut here, the rainbow, and a sunshine sticker. Going to use a little bit of fussy cutting to layer at the top. We're going to add a die cut at the bottom and a little bit of twine, and then our puffy heart. Trim off that twine a little bit. Then we'll add a few little bits of sequins to embellish and decorate. A couple there on the rainbow, which is the cutest rainbow. I love it. And that's our finished card. Moving on to our fifth and final card now. Same process, we're going to glue this onto our backing paper. This isn't going to be a shaker card, but I am going to use some recycled cardboard to make the frame stand up a little bit higher on the card. We're going to glue that down now onto our backing paper. I'm going to use that tiny little So Sweet sentiment, and I think I'm going to do a floral cluster in the middle. Going to add a little bit of pink paper there. Just as a narrow strip for a little bit of extra interest. Mounting that onto the recycled cardboard for extra depth. Just going to add another extra bit of support in there for my frame. Beautiful. Going to add the tiny little sentiment just down there. Going to fussy cut around the edges of the flowers. We're just going to add a few little flowers there in the middle. We're going to add a little bit of cheesecloth into this card as well for a little bit of extra dimension behind our flowers. A little bit of fussy cutting there. Let's glue those in. One's got a foam dot to raise it slightly higher than the other one. We're going to put a little rainbow down the bottom with our twine bow and our puffy heart for a little cluster down the bottom there. Going to add a couple of little sequins onto our card for a little bit of sparkle. It's just finding the right sequins, the right color, the right size that you're happy with. Couple on the rainbow. Maybe just a couple more flowers to continue the pattern throughout. And that's our finished card. And that is all of our cards, all completely finished now. I hope you enjoyed creating these cards with me because I loved creating these. I like the positive vibe and the sunny colours that are in this collection. I love the cocoa vanilla papers. I'm really excited to be giving away 2 of these card making kits to the 2 random winners that will be in our January challenge over at the Papercraft Secrets Creating with Confidence Facebook group. So once you receive your kit, you'll be able to follow along to the video and create these cards in the comfort of your own home. Stay tuned because I am going to be doing more videos with more kits so that people can collect all the materials needed and create these projects. Just wanted to thank you very much for watching the videos and for your support. It really is appreciated, and I hope that you do join up with our Facebook group and join our community of crafters who are focusing on creating with confidence and growing with their crafting skills and making friends along the way. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely crafty day.